Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Hacks predictions of WWE Wrestlepalooza 2025 as a new era of WWE content is among us, and it's going just as swimmingly as you'd hope. I mean, I was told that if I had ESPN through cable or streams, that I'd be able to watch Wrestlepalooza without being to pay any extra money. Right? Unless something gets magically done within the next 5 days, it's going to be another $30 a month to watch this. Well, I need to watch Vegas Golden Knights hockey anyway, so. Oh, it's just gone so well for the WWE, hasn't it, in the past 2 months, hasn't it? So we got this going on. And so is AEW all out in Canada. I'll be doing another video on that probably either tomorrow or later in the week. But yeah, it's a great big weekend full of wrestling, and this is where I'm getting off. This is my stop on the line. Clang, clang, clang goes the trolley. No, I'm done with wrestling after this weekend. NHL preseason starts this weekend. I'm getting off. I'm done. Until the Rumble. We'll see how that goes. 5 matches are on the board. Lean cuts of beef yet again. We are in Indianapolis for this. What's it called? It's not Conseco Fieldhouse anymore. It's at Gainberg Fieldhouse. I think that's where the Pacers play, is where they're going to. Anyway, 5 matches on the board at the time of this recording. They might add one more. I will deal with that next week. Like and subscribe. More Pittsburgh Penguins content coming up within the next week. So, I'd like to say usually we cover the non-title matches first, but it's kind of hard to do that on a card like this. So, let's start with Io Sky versus Stephanie Valkyr for the vacant WWE Women's World Championship, the battle for the women's big gold belt. And look, I understand the WWE's dilemma with doing this. Naomi got pregnant. Nothing you can do, nothing they can control to do that. So we hold the title up, and yeah, Io, Stephanie, you're good. Do we have a tournament for this? Nah. Why do that? That's applying logic to an illogical system. These two are going to have a match, and I'm sure it's going to be great. I'm sure they're going to be great between these two, but like always, the WWE is finding gold in the side stories as opposed to the main story, because it should be about Io and Stephanie, but instead, the lovely little dynamics of Asuka and Kairi are coming into play like two kids, like a parent caught between two kids arguing. Kairi's acting in this as she's the frightened child being dragged away by her mother, with Asuka yelling in the background, "Kairi!" And just every yell of that gets angrier and louder, and So with all that, people are loving what Asuka and Kairi are doing. What about this match? By the way, Rhea is waiting in the wings for whoever wins this, so yeah, it makes this match feel more and more irrelevant. I mean, not irrelevant, feels more and more of a speed bump. Anyway, I'm going to take Stephanie Valkyr to win this. I think it's her time. I think Io, you kind of dump her off in whatever Kabuki Warrior drama doing. You play with that storyline in this, and you just have Stephanie Valkyr. We're going to get Rhea versus Stephanie in this, and all the wrestling simps will rejoice. Next is the Usos reunited, and it feels so good taking on the vision of the Braun Breaker, and big, beefy, big Bronson Reed. Sure, we don't have anything to do for Jey Uso. I'm not going to do the song for this. They're the Usos now, so I can't do that shtick until he goes single again. Got it? Clear as mud? Good. But I kind of like these dynamics of what we're having with the Usos, that they're back, but Jay is getting corrupted. The influence of the tribal chief is just slowly consuming his soul. It's kind of fun to watch. He spears LA Knight a couple weeks ago because he's being told to be less selfless by Roman, and then lo and behold, LA Knight gives his receipt, and everyone's like, oh my god, why'd LA Knight do this? The dude just got speared for wrestling's sake. It makes sense. So I like this dynamic that we're doing. So what is this going to lead to? I don't know. Fall storylines are not supposed to make sense, but I'm going to take the Usos in this. But I think Jay's just we're going to slowly click that dial a little bit as we turn Jay heel. And as much as nobody's going to want it, we're going to have Jimmy and Jay again. That seems like where we're going, except a heel Jay this time. And we might have a rematch there in Vegas at 42. By the way, kids, I was there live for their match at Mania in 40. It is worse than what you think. Next! Let's see here. Up next is CM Punk versus CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Guys, the couples are fighting again. Guys, hey, the couples are fighting again. Okay, all right, so cards out on the table. I know everybody was all excited that, oh my gosh, AJ Lee's back. Slay Queen, AJ Lee is back. And, as someone who got out of wrestling in the 2010s, I kind of don't care. But she's CM Punk's wife. That is so cool. And CM Punk is our god. And it's AJ. It's her theme song. It's catchy. Like coo. No, I don't care. I mean, sure, she's back. Okay, we all saw it coming. But if you take the emotion out of it, why should I care outside of it's CM Punk's wife? Why? I never saw how good she was. I didn't. So how am I supposed to have that attachment that all of you have? Look, Seth and Becky are great pricks. They're the couple going, yes, quite, yes, this wrestling is quite good. Yes, quite, yes, yes. And Becky's been 100 times better in this heel role than she did a couple years ago. But I think for the fans and for the memes, it's going to be Punk and AJ. There's no reason why it shouldn't go Punk and AJ. If it doesn't, what are we doing here? But I expect AJ Lee to get a pin on Becky Lynch, and we will see where this goes. Do we think this will lead to a program between AJ and Becky for the Women's IC title? I'm getting off this train after this show. Next is Cody Rhodes versus Big Daddy Drew McIntyre. And yes, Drew is my boy. That's why I'm gladly wearing this. And this all started off so well. A tag match. Cody and Drew versus... Their names escape me at the moment. And after the match, Drew destroying Cody Rhodes. Boot to the head. Claymore, and he grabs the WWE Championship. And he looks at it like the way Gollum looks at the One Ring. I'm not saying the line, but he just looks at it like a lost love he never fully got over. And then rams over and kicks Cody in the face. Delightful. The only problem with this whole thing is that Cody's gone off to do Street Fighter. Fine. And this is more felt like a feud between Drew and Randy Orton, which some people thought that's what we were getting. But hey, Cody's back in time. So, yeah, it's Cody and Drew. What? Huh? So, I think as much as I love Drew being in this scenario, I don't see him winning. It sucks. The man deserves a legit title run in front of people. I've been saying this for 5 years. And I hope it happens. I truly believe it's going to because of all the work that he's done. But I think this more leads to Drew versus Randy. And maybe we get a three-way between Drew, Cody, and Randy. That may split off into Randy versus Cody. I think low-key we're heading toward Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania. But yeah, I'm taking Cody Rhodes. Drew's going to put in a great show. He always does. So, it's main event o'clock, everyone, as it's John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Oh, boy. Well, this has gone well. I'm so glad the media firestorm has died down, which it kind of has, but, yeah, you have some people that aren't going to watch the show out of spite because of Brock Lesnar being brought back. And yeah, we only have six or seven more Cena dates to go after this. And I'm taking Brock. His next date, John's next date isn't until October 23rd. This sets up perfectly that Brock just destroys him. Just absolutely pillar to post. F5 goes around, bam, bam, bam. 15 minutes of Brock just beating up John Cena. Because you give Brock the win here. John comes back on the 23rd. 23rd. You didn't kill me, Brock. You can't kill John Cena. And, sorry for using the word kill. You can't beat me, Brock. They has rematch maybe at Survivor Series. Not in a War Games match. Or maybe they do. And then it may look like his last opponent just might end up being Brock. I know it should be AJ Styles. But that might seem like what we're heading towards. But overall, this whole last year of John Cena thing, it's been wasted. It has. Well, the heel run was wasted, more to say. But not a lot of people want this match. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Cena versus Brock just doesn't put no toot in my horn. And Brock showed up last weekend on SmackDown and just absolutely took down Ron Killings because he needs to be the one that he's the good guy that needs to get beaten up to inspire the good guy to beat the bad guy. But Brock wins. And everybody's going to be upset out of spite. So that'll do it for my Hacks predictions of WWE Wrestlepalooza 2025 being shown on the 4-letter network in the woods. Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to this AEW All Out predictions, either coming tomorrow or Thursday. And then next week will be my last, either one of these. I don't know which one I'll be going into. Wrestlepalooza will be ... or All Out will be ... We'll see how this goes. And then it's Penguins hockey from here on out. But till then, my name's Richard Blosser. We'll catch you next time.